Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back today on a new episode. A friend of mine messaged me that what is the Islamic ruling on one who impregnated a girl before paying a mahr. Is it halal or haram in Islam? What is the Islamic ruling on that? I intended to speak on it on this platform rather than advising personally, to be an educative impact on every one of us. Now, on the ruling of mahram, because mahram is a dawar given to a lady in Islam, either to the wali of the lady that you're getting married to, or the lady herself if she has reached her maturity. Because according to the mahran is of two types. We have the mahran al-musamma in Islamic jurisprudence, and mahran al-mudakira or mahram al-mathil. That means the mahram al-mathil or mahram al-musamma. Mahram al-musamma is the mentioned mahram or prescribed mahram given to a woman or a lady intending to get married to before consummating the marriage or before going into the marriage in full. You paid everything in full without any remainder. But the mahram al-mitli is the mahram that you are paying after you are being married to her, whether you consummate or not. There are some ikhlaf on it among the madahib of the Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah, because the madahib of Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah we have four madahib. One of them is Maliki school of thoughts. We have the Hanafi school of thought. We have the Ambali school of thought. We have the Shafi school of thought. The Shafi school of thought is not a school of moderation, which brings between two of them. But the Maliki is a strict school. According to the Maliki school of thought, he says, that's Malik ibn Anas in his fiqh, he says that even if the mahram is not paid, if the mahram is not paid before consummation, that marriage is the nikah, the marriage is void, unless it is consummated. This is the position of Maliki. But of Hanafi and Ambali, they stood on the part that even if it's not consummated or consummated, then the marriage remains valid even if the mahr is not paid, but later paid as mahr al-mitli. This is the what we call the deferred mahr. But in some school of thought, like that of the Shafi and Imamiyah, the Nashari, they agree that the same way it was said that even if it's not paid, even if it is indeterminate, meaning to death or any situation to come, so the mahr, the marriage is valid, even the marriage is paid later on. So they are ikhlaf, but all of them in consensus agreed that the mahr can still be paid after the marriage when it is consummated. Now, that is called mahr al-mitli. Now, the issue of that brother who says that he impregnated a girl before marriage, that is zina, or we call it zina. And zina has a penal consequences. But if it had happened, maybe for example, the lady is not aware, does not have the knowledge of it, and it happened, then the mahr should be paid to her. But if the lady is aware of the act and she surrenders herself to it according to some jurisprudence on that, then no mahram should be paid. No mahram at all should be paid to her, but maintainer should be given to her. So this is the position in Islam. And further, we look at it from many angles, that if, for example, the right of a woman when receiving the mahram, if, for example, a woman who decides not to get married, for example, wants to get married, but the man is unable to pay, for example, he has an ability to pay the mahar at that time, and probably if they want to get married, the man can tell the woman, based on contracts, agreements on contracts, that if I get married to you, later on I will pay. Or I can pay part and pay part later. But the women have the autonomous rights, the right to say no, but I want it to be paid in full, or I will accept it. That's the decision of the woman in Islam. So it's not a kind of, before the woman can give a conjugal society, you can give the conjugal society, and that means you have to accept it before bed. If she can still decide to give the conjugal society, you can decide to remain in that khalwa, that is in seclusion from the man, and the man is being obliged to maintain the woman in that point in time until he decides to pay the mahr. But if the man insists not to pay the mahr unless she surrenders, therefore the woman will deny the man the conjugal society and remain until the man pays the mahr. So this is the position of Islam on that issue of mahr. Because the verse of the Holy Quran says that in Surah An-Nisa, verse 20, talks about this, where in the Aratum استبداء الزوجة مكان الزوج فاتيتم إحداهن قنطرا. Then ولا تأخذوا منه شيئا. Now in the verse is telling us that if one decide that a man, that among the husbands decide to change the wife, probably this is talking about when you have a wife before, you want to change another wife. If the woman you have not paid a mahr before, there is, or you are giving her a mahram, it's not advised for the person to take back the mahram. So because the mahram is given to her freely. So same way, every woman is entitled to a mahram, be it if the man has not consummated with her or not. Is the position of Islam. Thank you very much. My name is Sadiq of Islam. Thank you very much.